little bit of later today on the live. Hopefully everything goes smoother with everything. Yeah, we good? We good? All right,
We
cool,
good.
cool. Yeah, we'll see if people join in. I know it wasn't like immediately. I feel like yesterday was like hype. You feel me? Because like it was right after the men's 100 meter, and like people, and then we were live. People jumped on Instagram. Today it's like a little bit a slower day. Still super exciting, and like Erin, we're joined with another Erin, a super exciting guest. Erin Jaskot is joining us, the coach of Manhattan Track Club down there in New York. NXN coach for Tatnall in last year as well. She was up in the Armory directing some meets. A Villanova legend. What's your college? Mount
St. Mary's for grad school.
Mount St. Mary's there too. Erin Jaskot did her thing all throughout. She's joining us today on the podcast. Erin Potts, how you feeling, bro, about everything?
Hey, it's a busy day for me. For a lot of people, it's tough with the Olympics being in the middle of the work week.
On a Monday.
On a Monday, for sure. But I'm happy to be joined with another Erin, the best name, ever to be out there. This is my first. Erin, have we met before? Did I meet you at TRE or no? I don't think we met.
It was at TRE at that random bar. Yeah, we definitely met. It was right before Josh came to the office.
Yes, that was before he came. All right, Erin is the homie, so I'm super happy we got another Erin on here because Joshua is a lame name, bro.
What? Hold on. What the heck?
It's annoying that I got to say that name all the time.
Joshua Cheptegei just won the 10K the other day, so I don't think Joshua.
You're definitely getting drugs on the name list right now. What? Out of Erin and Josh.
All right, come on, man. But let's get into it. I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Pottsville, always was the brother of the same mother, Erin Potts, Super Hot Potts, and this is
Two Black Runners and Friends. We do it again. It's the Olympics, and we with our friends. Two black. Hey. I'm adding on to this thing like every single day now at this point.
Yeah, soon enough, bro. It's gonna be a full song once we get to like Saturday. Like we're like halfway through the entirety of the Olympic Games. It's gonna get exciting. We've got a whole bunch of people in the chat real quick. So before we get into everything, we're gonna talk about the women's 5,000. Faith Kipyegon getting DQ'd, but also Patrice Chebet getting her first world championship on the track. Super exciting stuff. The 800 meter, Keely Hodgkinson finally getting that gold medal. A great race from her as well. But before we get into this, and I think we can talk about this through the whole theme of the show, kind of just like, what are your guys' thoughts on just the game so far? We're about halfway in of what everything has been. I feel like people on the broadcast, they're kind of saying like LA has a lot to like live up to now, and like the production has been pretty good. I've been liking the bell, but I know Jaskot, she has a lot of experience putting on meets. Erin Potts puts on events as well. Like, what are your guys's? We'll start with Jaskot. What's about events and everything? How have you liked the game so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I think overall they are putting on a great production. It's always, the bottom line is you're having a full stadium. So the hype is there, the energy is there, the noise is there, and that's always going to make for a great fan experience and a great athlete experience. That's when the results come, when the venue is full. So checkbox there. I know tickets are like crazy expensive to get in. My best friend from home is there. Bought tickets to watch the 1500 men's finals tomorrow. It's like €700 or something, but like worth it, honestly, to be in that environment. Now, watching from home, I think the production side is overall great. Again, they're doing a really nice job of shedding light and giving kind of equal time for field events and running events. We're seeing those big moments like Mondo got a ton of screen time today, which he deserves. And we got to see the women's discus. Like USA is bringing home gold medals, and we want to see those special moments and celebrations with their families. But my number one thing that I keep coming back to is it's taking too much time to put the results on the screen. And sometimes they're not even putting results on the screen at all. And if you're watching it from home, you shouldn't have to rely on your phone for results. Like the men's
Mm.
100, I know that was photo finish and they probably had to go back to review it. But if the stadium knows who won, then we should see who won also. That's just my biggest thing is like we need to fine tune that. It needs to be
I
fixed.
feel that. I feel that.
I honestly don't really have any complaints. I agree with just about everything, Aaron, you just said. Like the stadium is full. And I just keep thinking back to the COVID Olympics. I'm gonna keep calling them that, where there was no one. I still really enjoyed watching them because I'm such a big track and field fan. But like it's almost you forget how much having a full stadium affects, you know, how fun it is to watch and the energy that comes with it. That's one thing I really noticed about the trials. I was like, wow, like I was at World Championships, so I was like, this is just the trials. But once I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a different level of energy here. So that part has been really cool. What they did for that 100-meter final, that build up was crazy. I also was watching like Sidious Mag's live show, and they had Kaylin and Chris were on there, and Kaylin was talking about that 100-meter like light show. She was saying that whenever they announced that someone from their country, all the lights they had lights on their wrists, and they would all light up to match that country. So like Noah came, it's all red, white, and blue, and then it's someone from Jamaica. I was like, damn, like I didn't. Those are a lot of things like at home you don't see. So it sounds like the in-person experience is amazing. I personally have been watching on Peacock when I have the chance, and it feels like you know those Diamond Leagues that are on Peacock where it's like really no commercials. It just goes
Yeah.
all the way through. It's that same type of style. They do throw in commercials from here to there, but they're just talking like all the way through. And I want to give a shout out to Carrie Tolson. Carrie Tolson is nice on the mic, bro. I really like her when she's up there. And then what's his name?
Villanova, baby.
Villanova. Okay, that's you went there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, she's been funny and fun the whole time. I think she's paired good with what's his name, John Anderson.
Yeah,
I
John
agree.
Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think they're both doing a great job because they're talking like the whole
Yeah,
time
no
through it.
commercial breaks on that one for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So I think they've been and it Peacock makes it easy to find. Like I think that's the best. If someone asked me how to find Olympics and stay on top of it, I think it's Peacock because they have the multi-view, they have the view of just that field event that you want, and then they just have the overall one. So I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied so far.
Yeah, I agree that the the ability to watch multiple events is huge and Peacock like the coverage is there. I've been watching primarily on TV, just NBC, and the utilization of the split screen has been a huge addition, I think. Like being able to see live what's going on in the field while a track race is going on and seeing that unfold. I don't like the split screen for commercials though. Like it just makes me annoyed at whatever product is trying to be sold. Like, it's not the time. Like, smart water, I have it out for you now. I'm not going to buy you because you just interrupted the woman's 5K on TV. And,
Yeah.
like, it was early in the race, yes, but still, like, there are moves being made. I want to hear the announcers making those calls as it's happening.
But since you brought up that 5K, I actually missed like the beginning of the 5K, but was able to see those last 5 laps, and that's where everything unfolded. Patrice Chibet ended up getting the victory, her first world championship. She's won cross country. She has a 10K world record, but now she actually has won on the biggest stage that you can possibly do it, knocking down some of the greatest women to ever run a 5K. I have to give it up to Patrice Chibet. Like, amazing performance for her in 14:28. Safana San's second, which is super big. Like, she still got a marathon and a 10K to do, and I didn't expect her. I thought it would have been a different lineup. But the big story coming out of this gotta be Faith Kipyegon. She finished second place originally, but has been DQ'd because of an altercation with Gudaf Segay what was that? That was 2 laps to go left in the race, going into the last 800 meters. It seemed that Gudolf was kind of veering into the first lane where Faith Kipyegon was at, and then Faith kind of like grabbed her hand, was kind of like, "Bruh, like what you doing right now?" And then Gudolf went to the front. Gudolf seemed uncomfortable. She falls all the way back to eighth place and out of just entirely medal contention. The world record holder, Ethiopia team, obviously protest, and Faith is disqualified. That's
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 crazy.
that's wild. When I heard the disqualification. At first, I really wanted Faith to win because I wanted to get the 5:15 double winner, third 15 Olympics in a row. Like that would just be really cool. But for her to be disqualified for a second place in the 5K for something that I don't think was a real big a deal. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I don't want to just go off on my tangent. I don't want to go off.
I I think it was a big deal for Rudolph, though. I think she expended a lot of injury in that kerfuffle, and I do think that's why she got like eighth place. I do think it threw her off, but when I was watching it live, my initial reaction is that's what I thought. I was like, "Oh, she wasted too much. She wasted too much energy right there trying to get in front, you know." And like, I will say I'm a little biased to Faith because like I wanted Faith to kind of win too. But that was my initial thought was just like, dang, like that sucks. She's not even gonna get top three now. And then even Beatrice beating Faith out kicking her because like it wasn't a I was expecting them to run almost 428 is fast 1428 is fast, but I
Yeah.
was expecting them to run even faster to be honest. And they went out they like no one wanted to take the lead the whole entire time. So I'm surprised that Faith ended up getting out kicked at the end, and maybe it was because, you know, she wasted some energy in that moment too. But you never want to see anyone get DQ'd. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's my biggest problem with it. It's like it wasn't a problem enough for it to be a DQ at the Olympics. Like they both were at fault if you're going to blame anyone,
Yeah,
and I would say more so like it wasn't Faith's fault. Like she was kind of just holding her ground, and it's just so unfortunate. I kind of am still hopeful that they're going to overturn it, but at the same time, like super cool that the Italian runner,
Yeah.
Nadia, that might be Italy's first Olympic medal at that event.
and she got
I,
a national record doing
national
that.
record as well. Like that is, someone's heartbreak is another person's, biggest moment of their life. So I just don't think it was blatant enough for it to call for a DQ.
And it just hurts more because it's someone like Faith is on the verge of doing something very historic in her event
Yes.
if she's able to win the 15 and they cap that off with like a 5,000 meter just medal just in general like would have been amazing. So I don't want to like play favorites, if I was in the position of deciding of being that red coat or that organizer in any type of way. But it is very disappointing just to be all like, we could have seen something very great stat wise at this Olympics from Faith Kipyegon by winning the 5K, but she lost fairly by Patrice Chibet. But it's just like, we got stripped from that. I feel like as a fan, I got stripped from that, honestly. I want to see that greatness.
I
Yeah.
agree. At the same time, I just want to say Stefan Hassan looked so good. I felt like
No,
she was kind of doing her own race and she was staying out of that chaos, which I love. And she has, a crazy triple that she's going for as well. So she looks great. I did think she was going to get the win, honestly, when she started winding up, just ran out a little bit of time. But I think all we know, like confirmed from that race, is that she's ready to go. I think she's going to have a great 10K and marathon ahead.
would you make her the favorite for the 10K? This is going to be Patrice's first time doing the 10 at the World Championships or at a global stage. First time doubling in this manner, too. Stefan's been there before. She almost won last year, but she tripped literally 10 meters before the line. Like, after she
I'm going
looked
to
so. That's fair.
I'm going to time her stride. It just looked like totally incredible. She just again waited a little bit too long. I think that the fighting with 800 to go did mess it up a little bit. I think that's when Cranny was dropped as well. It just turned up the heat when people weren't really necessarily expecting it to. So yeah, I'm still going Stefan for the 10.
Well, on the other side, what does this mean for Faith in the 15? Like, is Gudolf doubling back in the 15 or the 10? Is she coming?
I think she's doubling back in the 10. I think she
Okay, but
dropped. Did she drop the 15? I can double check.
still, like, Faith is, you know, I know she's gonna come back in this 15 and she's gonna make sure there's no doubt that she wins it. And that's why I'm really like it's just her legacy, bro. It's like, come on now. You can't I'm not saying favoritism, but dang, give her favoritism. That's Faith Kipyegon. That's the world record holder. Like, if you're gonna pass her, you gotta pass her decisively. You can't come anywhere close to running into her. It's like those Michael Jordan fouls. You know what I'm saying? You've seen that clip when the ref's like, Michael, did he hit you? It's like, come on. I just don't. I don't know. I really don't think that was fair. So maybe they overturn it, but I, she's gonna have to also. It is gonna be probably tough for her to like, have to like swallow that happened, and then be like, all right, just move forward in the 1500, and it will be incredible to see her do that and accomplish that. But I mean, I called you right after I saw that when they said she's DQ'd. I was like, what? No.
Fans don't seem happy on Instagram. That's what I'm seeing. But
I
at the
think
end of the day, you're right. It's like once today is over, you got to move on. They have more races to come. So
Nah, for real. Another exciting race from the day, the women's 800 meter. We gotta talk about this. Keely getting her first global championship medal, and to do it at the Olympics was amazing. She won the race in a 156, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, 156.72. Tsegay Daguma right behind her from Ethiopia. Then Mary Mora in third. Juliet Whitaker, shout out to her, seventh place finish, 158.50. Amazing time for Juliet Whitaker. But Jaskot, what do you think of Keely's performance on this big stage? Like, she won it
yeah,
handedly, single handedly.
she won it handedly. I honestly think that it was hers. I think no matter if it went out faster or just played out exactly how it did, like she's going on three silver medals the past world championships, and like it was time for gold. I don't think there was any stopping her today. She's just been so dominant all season, really. I did honestly, I expected it to go out faster. I thought it was just going to be like, let's take this from the
Yeah,
start
me
and
too.
let's attack that, like go for the world record. It wasn't out of reach. I think she's capable of hitting that. But at the same time, she stayed out of trouble. She was at the front and she got it done. So excited to
Yeah.
see.
Do you think they didn't go out as like only 58? Do you think they didn't go out as fast because she didn't end up having like her teammates? I don't know if that could have been a factor, but I don't know. I expected like a 56 or even a 55 the first lap as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she probably was just kind of just feeding off of what everyone else was doing and, still making sure she was at the front. But knowing she has the closing speed too, there was no need for her to, I guess,
Push.
go all gas from the gun.
Yeah. I was surprised that like Mary Mora or Dugma, I may be saying that from
The Guma.
Ethiopia, Taguma, I thought they would go out faster. Like I thought that would be their best chance of beating her is to try and, use their speed and make it a really fast race. I mean, Keely probably could have still won off of that, but I was surprised to see them go at 58 because in the semis, they were doing 57. And I don't know, maybe that took a little bit something out of them, but Keely ran great strategically. She ran like she was the champion. Everyone was keying off of her more so, where it was like they ran her race. That was I don't see her losing in how that race just played out. Made sure she wasn't in trouble, grabbed the lead, and just outkicked them. You know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think it's a good point. It's like the heats, the rounds were so hot
Yeah.
too. So there's a good chance that they were just feeling a little bit, not as didn't have that pop quite from the gun. The 800 is so deep and competitive this year. It felt like the field could have been completely different based on the people in the rounds. Like it's a whole lot of luck. I think that in the 800, there's a lot of room for things to go wrong. It's a short enough race where a little mishap could cost the whole thing for you. And if you get boxed in or you get a little trip, like that could be it. So, um, I will say that there is an athlete from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Did you see anything about her? She got fourth place, Maloney, and she has like a KFC sponsorship right now.
What?
She's
That's
said that she's been homeless in the past, like trying to support this dream.
Wait, I know
Bandit
she.
sponsor, like crazy story, and like that's the spirit of the Olympics that I love to see is these people rising to the occasion. There was also a France athlete. I feel like whenever it's your home country, you have those performances that it just happens because you feel your whole country behind you. And I wonder if it's the same for Maloney from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's like she's getting the support now. She feels like, let me make the most of it. And she came fourth place, just shy of a bronze medal.
Wait, she got a KFC. I just looked at. She really do got a KFC sponsorship.
It really does. They made like two menu items, and I think she gets $1 from all sales from those menu items. Like that's so creative. Brands need to do more of that.
And I
shout out to
believe.
her.
Go ahead, Aaron.
I said
Yeah,
shout out to her agent, bro. Whoever her agent is, he is killing it.
And what she PR'd in the first round, and then I think she PR'd again, breaking her own national record, and then runs another 157. Yeah, crazy race for her. I also want to, before I have my last thing on the 800, I want to give a hats off to Juliette Whitaker. Like again, this girl has had an amazing season. 16 800-meter races this year, counting indoor and outdoor. I believe it's 14 for the whole outdoor season. NCAA indoor champion, I believe, Pac-12 champion outdoors, NCAA outdoor champion in the 800-meter, USA Olympian, and the lone American in the 800-meter dash. Like, it's crazy that we were interviewing at Foot Locker like 3 years ago, and now she's doing this. And it's someone that's, I feel like, is so low key. Like, she did that, and like, she's just not like a, she's super nice girl, but like she's not like a big personality like a Noah Lyles, or like demands the room in that way. Like incredibly humble, and like you forget that she's the national record holder for high school in the 800, and like she was the second high schooler ever to break 2 minutes. Like, like they didn't even talk about that on the broadcast. Like she's been good for a super long time, and like 2028, it may, like, the whole entire 800-meter landscape may be different and could be centered around Juliette Whitaker. Like that's possible, like for sure.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I think it's just the beginning for her too. It's like she has such a bright future ahead, and it's great that she has this experience now at such a young age. And maybe by LA, it's like she'll be ready to really be a contender for that medal.
yeah, the storylines are that we have built are so great too. To have have Keely Hodgkinson, who is what like probably like 22 or
I think she's
something.
24. She's 24, bro. Don't
She's
don't
24
play her
years
like that. Come
old,
on,
and
man.
then you still have a thing who missed out this year, and she's gonna want to get that back, and she lives in LA. And then you have people like Juliet, you have Roisin Willis, yeah, there's so many young competitors, even on Great Britain. Phoebe, who's 17,
Yeah, yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that's they're all should that would be great if a majority of them are back towing that line in LA. There's so many young talent on the women's side in the 800, and they're running historically fast. So
Okay, before we move on for the eight, I think we talked about this a lot, but I have one thing. I want to ask the controversial question that's gonna make everybody mad. You feel me? Keely won this race. Congrats to Keely. Like we celebrated Keely for a long time. You know what I mean?
for
But
flowers,
yeah, yeah. I'm so super happy for her to get that win. But we gotta ask the elephant in the room. No, Athing Mu. Athing Mu wasn't there. Athing Mu wasn't present at this race. She hasn't beat Athing Mu at a major championship yet, and got the win while doing so. Does it? Does she need that win against Athing Mu at a world championship, at a Olympics? Does she need that, like, for her career or whatever types of means, just like her legacy, to kind of establish like her being the best right now? or does the Olympics kind of do it in that type of way?
Yeah, I personally feel like if I was Keely, I'd be saying, I want Athing Mu there. This is the Olympics. You should have anyone that has a shot at gold to be there. So I really feel like I would be in favor of going forward, there being some type of safety net for those athletes where like you're coming from the US trials where it is so difficult to make it out of the US trials just because of the depth. And one thing can go wrong as evidenced by Athing Mu, and now she misses out on the Olympics. So I would say if we're going to use the world ranking system in order to fill the field for the Olympics, why don't we say the top three in the world rankings or the top five, top three, whatever, are secure their spot in. Like by a certain date, if you are ranked this high, you're a secured spot in, and the country can still send an additional three athletes on top of that. So it wouldn't take the trials would still happen. You would still have to race at the trials to make sure that you're getting enough points to secure your ranking. But if you are ranked high enough in the world and you're not there because of slip up like that, like who wants to see that? I'm just who like really I want to know who, because this is the Olympics. Everyone should be there if they're at the top of the world, and there shouldn't be a question of is Keely really the best? Like I think she is. I think she would have won if the thing was there either way, but there shouldn't be a question.
Okay, okay. This is what I'm gonna say, bro. I'm a first. Let me preface this. I'm an Athing fan. Like I love Athing. I want the best for her, and I believe she's the best and the most talented. And part of is why I'm saying what I'm gonna say. But basically, in my opinion, if I was Keely, I would be like, bro, I beat you at Worlds, and you didn't make it out here to race me. I'm the best, undoubtedly. There's no there's no question. That's how I would feel, to be honest. And also, a thing hasn't dropped no times this year. So I don't know. I don't know if she was ready for the Olympics. We only saw her race one time, and I don't know if she had injuries or things going on during the year, but I don't feel like she was completely prepared to run her best that day at the Olympic trials. Maybe her tactics weren't even as best as they could have been based off of things she had going on within her cycle. So like of course I definitely don't want to see somebody trip and fall and question, but in our system, it's your job to be 100% prepared on that day for whatever can happen, whether that's a false start, whether that's falling or whatever. So, and she lost to Keely before. So, I don't know. I hate seeing a thing lose. But what I do see my boy Brandon Miller was in the same Bobby Kersey group last year, and now he's in a different group and he's on the team. But
Whoa,
so
whoa,
I
what you trying to
don't know.
say?
That's all.
What you trying to say? That's crazy. Dang, what you trying to say?
What do you mean? I'm not,
It sounds like you try to call a coach
I'm
out
not
right
trying to
now.
call out anybody. I'm just saying, I'm just stating a fact of the matter is, you know,
I hear you and I agree. I feel like I don't know that Athing was in top shape to like come out here and win. She didn't race this year. Like I think that was part of the reason that that happened at the trials to begin with. But that's what I'm saying. If there was some type of safety net, whereas if she wouldn't have even been ranked top three at this point. But if she had been, then there would be no question of who's the best. And I mean, Great Britain has
yeah.
crazy deep 800-meter field right now too. So it's
But
not just to protect the US, it's just to
Yeah.
protect like the whole world. We want the best of the best there, and you shouldn't miss out just because if you're fourth in the world and your teammates end up being the ones that are faster than
But
you.
Aaron, someone's saying they don't really want because the world rankings they don't favor the NCAA athletes right now. Like that's one hit back on your comment in the comments.
But the trial, they do get points still for NCAA's. I think that like the national championships, U.S. trials is when you're going to get the most points. But it's the same deal. If you're making the Olympics, you're going to be at the trials.
but to Aaron's point, like if it is off of world rankings and things like that, then that would force the athlete to have to get out here and do some of these meets.
And race, and that's what our sport needs. I think like we need people to race. That I think the world ranking system is an effort to try to do that and to try to get more diversity across different countries to make sure we're having representation. And I love the concept. I just think it needs some fine tuning, and we could use it to continue to help the sport grow. Um, I don't know. Would you guys be opposed to that?
I
To
am I'm not completely opposed, but I do like the fact that in our system it's like the trials is you have to go in and you have to earn it. It's not like a selection process where it's like, like, this person, gamed the system and ran this and that. And then there's this other person, like a NCAA person, that maybe they have a faster PR than someone and they don't get the same leeway to get in because they had to run these races. So there is some, but I see like because that's how I think Great Britain does do it like that. They do have the trials, but don't they do like a
Yeah, I
selection
think it's more of a
process as
selection.
well?
I think I
and I'm
like I don't mind the process of doing that. I don't like it for the Olympics, I would say, just because like I like how the Olympics like like there's this element of like amateurism that they want to keep and just being all like let's try and but I don't want it to be amateurism like obviously pros like let's get paid and everything but just the natural of just like who's the best 3 for America. I like that. I would like to see that implemented for the world championships though. Like I think that's something definitely should be in there for the world champs.
And just to be clear, I'm not saying get rid of the trials process. Keep our trials process
Yeah.
as is, and still you're sending the top three. Like, but if there is anyone that does not finish in the top three, that is also currently ranked top three in the world or whatever it may be, top five in the world, they're locked in. They get to go, and that unlocks like a fourth spot
Yeah.
for that event.
Oh no, no, no. I feel that. I'm cool with that.
No, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But like, we got other stuff to talk about. And we don't want to be here all day on the live. Somebody in the comments is saying, "What do y'all think about Kippy Gunn's disqualification?" We talked about that earlier. That was garbage. That was trash. Like we ain't
Yeah,
fans. Hey, it was. I'm sorry. It was. It
you're
was
right.
trash.
You're right.
Someone else in the comments they're saying we won't go into this, but I'll say in here. He's asking the question.
Oh,
So,
someone just said Kip Kipigon is reinstated. I don't know if that's true or not though.
oh for real?
Boy,
That
Oh
might be
dang.
live.
Oh dang, we may be getting live updates. And but he
Send it.
wants to say,
Just
think
link in the
about high
chat.
profile NCAA athletes having to go run outside the NCAA just for world rankings. It could be a little bit harder for that, but we gotta move on. Let's talk about the pole vault real quick because this was the big time to like in the meet and everything. Mondo Duplantis breaking another world record, 6.25 meters. This dude is just getting better and better and better every single year he steps out. And I feel like this year was really he kind of stepped out of the limelight in a way. Like he had that world record first off in China back in May or April or something like that, that first Diamond League. And then he was kind of just in the lab, not really in the limelight. I didn't really see too much on social media. Then he comes out, breaks the world record. I feel like fully solidifying himself as the greatest ever. He's kind of already done that, but like the only person that is next to him is Sergey Bubka, and Sergey Bubka never won 2 Olympic gold medals, and Mondo Duplantis just did that, solidifying that for the rest of time. Like there's nobody that's gonna be able to touch him, and he's gonna keep on breaking his world record. What you guys think about that? The celebration of it, everything. Like Mondo Duplantis he's the goat.
so clutch. I love that we got to see all three of his attempts at the world record and that we were able to see the celebration. I almost wonder like what's next for him. Like he has I think the top nine vaults of all time in
Yeah.
the world. So he's just competing against himself at this point, which I mean, hey, that's not a reason to stop, but like I don't know. It's just does it get boring for him? I wonder. Like, I don't know.
Well, he keeps on getting paid for it, so I ain't going to
Yeah,
get
that's
it
his
gets
job.
extra bonuses from it. And no, yeah, no front flip this time when he did it, unlike 2022. But Aaron, what you think of? You didn't get to watch it, huh, Aaron? Because you were occupied at that time, huh?
I mean, I kind of had it on in the background. It was muted while, but we don't
Hey,
need to go into details. But but nah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy to see someone that young being so dominant. There's never a doubt in my mind that he's ever gonna lose. And then like on the biggest stage, there's something to be said about getting the world record at the Olympics. When you're doing it, the world record at the Olympics,
Yeah.
being a gold is there's nothing bigger. Like Aaron said, what else? There's nothing else you could do. I need
He's
him to line up with Shelly.
24
That's what I.
years old. Crazy.
He's 24.
Yeah.
24.
Year of the
Yeah,
Dragon, 2000. Year of the
yeah,
Dragon.
yeah. I just want to see him race Shelly and Fraser Price at this point. Like they were talking a lot of heat to each other, so maybe that could be Shelly's last race. But I also think, what he can do and what he has done is he's raised awareness around the pole vault and track and field, and he's brought more like entertainment to it. So it does kind of suck. I would love to see hopefully some point like Grand Slam track has field events and stuff because he's an attraction. Like
Yeah.
you want to see I want to see him vote like live in person. And I think there's another level that he could take pole vault and just field events as well.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
A true wonder as well. Valerie Allman goes back to back and the discus. We don't gotta get too deep into this, but do just want to acknowledge that just as a
Double
whole,
champ.
like she's simply just a beast. Like I feel like she's just unstoppable. I want to see her like break the world record to like really like solidify that for her, but she's been amazing. Any comments, concerns, questions?
Yeah, I think she's just been so consistent, so clutch. And again, being able to watch the celebration with your family, I think that's great coverage right there. That's what we want to see. So super happy that NBC was able to capture all those moments.
I love the relationship between her and her husband, slash coach. They're just, if you follow them on Instagram and stuff, they're just seem so in love and so happy. So it's cool to see them doing that together and they feel very locked in. So I
This
like
man
that
got
part.
this man got sappy and emotional on the pod.
Hey man, no, that's what the Olympics about, bro. You gotta dig a little deeper, bro.
All right, all right, all right. We may get to the 200 at the end of this, but we do got to talk about this final tomorrow. The women's steeplechase is going to be exciting. I know, Erin, you've been running the steeple this past year, like a lot, and now to see the greatest in the world doing it. Yeah, not Erin for the podcast. Erin Jaskot. She's been running the steeple. What have you been thinking about the steeple? What's your predictions? Why do we need to watch this race?
Yeah, honestly, it's one of the races I'm the most excited for. I think that the two U.S. women that are in the final, they're medal contenders. And going into the season, obviously missing long-term vets Coburn and Frericks, like there was a lot of buzz around this event saying that the field is wide open and who's going to make the team, kind of making it seem like it was going to be a weaker team. But what ended up happening was so many people, I think it was just that sliver of hope of like I'm going to be that person. I'm going to step up and just to fill that void. And then we end up having the deepest U.S. field of all time at the trials. And 12 women this year have gone, or 12 women all time ever have gone under nine. And I think they were like five under 910 at the trials. So I think that Constantine is getting a medal. I think she has just been so super strong this year. Every time I see Val race, she has that finishing gear that not every steepler has. She's so gritty. She overcame adversity with her knee injury last
Hmm.
year, and she's hungry. I think she's a lock. I think she's in. I think that Beatrice Chepkoech is going to go bronze, and then Faith is going to go gold. So Val silver. That's my prediction right there.
Really?
And
Wow.
that's that. The best thing about Steeple is that the drama just unfolds as we're watching. It's like just a cinematic experience. There's so much that could go wrong in the event, but there's also so much that could go right. So I wouldn't be surprised if a few crack under nine tomorrow in a very very hot race. And Courtney Wayman, I think she's going to be sixth place. That's my prediction for Courtney. She's also just been coming on super strong all year. It's so consistent, but just doesn't have the Olympic experience yet. But Val does. She was there in Tokyo, and I think that's what's gonna get her a medal tomorrow.
So you think we're going to see a couple people under 9 then?
Yeah. I think all three medalers are gonna be under 9.
I wouldn't be. I would not be surprised by that at all. Aaron.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like the world record is 8:44 by Beatrice, which is like so insane. It's so far ahead, but it's almost, tell me if this makes sense. Is this almost like when Faith started running 350? When she started running 350, we were like, "Oh my God." Like she just ran 350. She's about to break 350. Then she breaks 350, and now you got more and more women getting closer to that. You even saw at the trials what it was like with how everyone ran. So I feel like over the past couple of years, we've seen, like you said, there's only 12 that have gone under 9, but it seems normal to see someone run 9:05 now. It's like, oh yeah, like they're gonna run 9:05, like 9:06. So I do think you're right in like this. I don't know if they're gonna break the world record or whatnot, but it's gonna be fast. I don't see it being a slow race at all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
I don't know about world record either, but I think it's going to be a very honest race, and there's a lot of gutsy women in there. It's just a gutsy event, so it's going to be super exciting to see how it shakes up.
And then before we get out of here, we gotta talk about probably the headlining event of tomorrow. I don't have a thing for it. The men's 1500 meter. It's been built up for man like the past. Well, for Josh Kerr, it's been built up since 2021 when he got third place. But for the past year, it's been heightened and everything about it. The story can go back to when Jacob was a kid. Like honestly, of how long the story has built of him trying to get back-to-back Olympic golds in the 1500 meter. But the past 2 years, he's lost. He's lost this race at the World Championships literally the exact same way. And his biggest hater, his biggest rival, Josh Kerr, looks to take him down. Again, we've been talking about this. I'm low-key tired about talking about it, to be honest. Like, I just want it to happen at this point. I think other people are kind of tired of talking about it. Like, we ready for the day. But, Erin Jaskot, I haven't got to hear your opinions on it. And it's two black runners and friends, so we want our friends to share what they think about everything. Like, what are your thoughts on the 15? Who you got winning? Where do you think Cole Hawker, Yard, Goose, and Hobbs Kessler are going to finish? Let us know.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this is the race of the Olympics. It's the hype that's been building for years, as you said. I personally have loved it. I think it's been great for our sport, and it's been elevating our sport. And now it's the moment. It's the pinnacle moment of the Kurt Ingebrigtsen rivalry, and I'm here for it. And honestly, after seeing the Ingebrigtsen music video and their song that they made, I'm like, I'm bopping to it, and I'm here for it. So I'm saying Jakob's getting gold. He's
Wow.
won in 2021, and he's coming back and he's doing it again. I honestly don't think he's just talking and talk, and he's kind of playing around the prelims and semis. Like he's doing his thing, and that's just him. And I love that he's his authentic self. So I'm not a hater. I'm a fan. But at the same time, I think the media has been spending so much time on them. Like they're talking the loudest, Kerr and Ingebrigtsen, right? So they're convincing kind of everyone, not everyone, they're convincing a lot of people and maybe their competitors too that they're the best and they're the ones to watch. But the entire field, there is no sleeper pick. There really isn't. I think the world record's in jeopardy. I think the entire field has gone 3:31 or faster this year. Like all of the
Grant,
favorites made it to
be
the
honest.
final. This is just the perfect recipe for setting it up to be the race of the decade, honestly, or the century. Like
Of the
it's going to be
century.
hot. It's of the
No,
century. I will go
right.
that far. It is going to be a hot race, and I'm saying Ingebrigtsen's winning. Jakob, he's got it. I do think Hawker's going number 2, guys. I think
Dang, well, hold on. Why are people saying this?
and
Wait,
Chariot's number 3, and
what?
that's
Oh, whoa. You don't think Josh
that.
Kerr's in the top
Bro, this is
three?
the same. Some other
That's
person
it.
just told me that exact same lineup, bro. I'm not even capping
No
to you.
way. Right, I'm putting my money down. That's it.
What? Why? Wait, you just think
What do
he's
you
not?
got?
You don't think Josh has been racing enough? You don't think he's been racing enough, or what?
No, I think Josh is great. I think he's going to be right there too. Like it's going to be a blanket finish almost, honestly. But I just my gut is not saying Josh right now. And maybe it's because we got Aaron and
Hating.
Aaron and
Yeah,
Josh right
I feel like we're hating
Yeah,
on the Joshes. That's what's
we
going
actually were
on.
hating on Josh Kerr this whole time and not Joshua Potts.
here.
But I think
Let me hear your picks.
I'm going with the same as what Spencer came on. I think it's gonna be no. I'm going Josh Kerr, Jacob, and Cole Hawker. I think Cole Hawker is gonna be third. I think Josh is just gonna do it again. I feel like it's gonna be a repeat of what it is. But honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if Jacob won. I don't see Josh not on the medal stand at all. But I do. Yeah, I think Cole Hawker is in the best shape of his life. He does have trouble getting on that rail and getting boxed in at times, but I think he really will figure it out. I think Hobbs Kessler and Yard Naguse are going to like put themselves in great position, but I just don't think Yard has that dog in him yet. Like he doesn't have that dog in him yet to like
That's
win.
crazy. Hey,
No,
all right, that's
I
crazy.
think he's got the dog in him, but I'm just the final 50. I'm not seeing the goose.
I feel like Yard's best thing is that he can run really really fast, and like that's what he did in the semis. He was like, I was in trouble because I didn't run really really fast, and like
Yeah.
that's like his one trick up his sleeve. Love Yard and Goose though, I'm just saying. But like Hobbs Kessler, I don't know. Hobbs Kessler could do something if he's in second place and just holds second place all the time. This dude runs 143, so I'm all like, I don't know what Hobbs could do, but Cole Hawker. So yeah, Josh, Jacob, Cole Hawker. That's my three.
Dude, this is so hard. I don't really want to pick, but for me, I'm just thinking about what kind of race are we gonna see, and I really feel like it's gonna be a bloodbath. I don't
Mm,
know what. I feel like Jakob is just like, I'm going to make you all be in so much pain this race, but I'm wondering what is Josh Kerr's response to that. And then to what you just said about Yard, when we're talking about Yard, it's like, okay, if this is a race where they see, because I'm imagining Hisham El Garouj versus Bernard Lagat when they were in 326, side by side. That's what I'm imagining that we're gonna see. We're gonna see, and
yeah.
that's the race of the century.
Race of the
And
century. That's it.
yeah, yeah. And if that happens, if that is what they're going for, doesn't Yard have a good chance to medal? If they're just in a straight line, booking it
No,
the
yeah,
whole
true.
time,
True. You have a point.
he
You have a point.
he might end up getting third or second,
That's the crazy
potentially.
thing though. There's no sleeper pick. Like any names you say, it's like, okay, valid. You can make an argument.
But do you think
So,
Jacob's really gonna go hard like that if he just lost twice that time?
so
I
he
don't.
wasn't, he don't care, bro. That dude is different. He'll
Yeah,
do
I
it
think he's
again.
gonna go because then if he doesn't win, he's gonna say, "Well, I made it. I made it that fast." Like it's got
But
to be one or
Yeah.
the other.
his whole thing is he's all about like, pushing his limits, running hard and promoting the sport. He said that. So I don't expect him to try and do something. Of course there'll be tactics, whatever, but I expect him trying to I think Jakob is trying to do something that's like never been. I think he wants the world record, the gold medal, and then go in the 5K and win. Like I think that's what he's going for. I think that's his goal. His goal is not just to beat Josh Kerr. His
Yeah,
goal is to
Facts.
like do
Facts.
something that's never been done before. I don't say that meaning like, oh, that means that guarantees he's gonna win. But I'll say my sleeper pick to win is Cole Hawker. I think Cole Hawker is a sleeper to win because he's the one that I feel like we don't know. I don't think we've seen him. I don't know if we've seen him at his full capacity. When he went to the Olympics last time, it was after NCAA's and stuff like that. And since then, he's been hurt and injured. So like he's the one where I'm like, is he the type of talent that could run a 326? I feel like we're gonna find out tomorrow.
and that's the best part. We're gonna find out. And this is the first time I think since 1968 that all three U.S. men are in the final at the Olympics in the 1500. Like
Wow.
that's just insane. They all made it there. Like no
And
hiccups, smooth sailing.
I think what I said about Cole Hawker could be said about Hobbs Kessler too. I think it's very unknown to like how fast can he go in just the all out race. But I still would put Cole over Hawker because this isn't his first Olympics. And hey man, if my boy Cole Hawker, he's a quiet guy, you know. But he comes out and he tells reporters, "Hey, I ain't counting myself out gold. I ain't gonna doubt that. Don't forget this, man. Y'all remember that? Y'all,
Cilantro?
hey, y'all remember that? So
Golly.
that's my sleeper. If I, you know what, I'm just gonna say Cole Hawker gonna win. I'm gonna put that on.
Shocker,
last
shocker.
last time I said that, it happened. So
You
I'm gonna
said put it
say
on wax?
yeah, I'm putting it on wax. Cole Hawker gonna get the W, dog. Cole Hawker is gonna get the dub, and then I think we're gonna see Jakob in second and Kerr in third. That's what I'm gonna. I'm just gonna throw it up there for
Wow.
good luck.
To go,
Yeah,
Aaron said he didn't want to pick, and now he is full in.
Dang. Well, yeah, we'll see. Hobbs definitely hasn't had like that full out race. You know, at pre he got tripped up and then didn't even finish the race. So like it will be interesting to see if it's real fast to see how Hobbs really competes. And that dude just had COVID, so like that's wild. That's wild. But we low key this ended up being way longer than I thought, and we had a game. Do you guys still want to try and play it, or we don't have to play it? Like I'm just gonna throw it out there though.
I want to beat Aaron in a game.
all right, let's run it, bro. I
All right,
can't
all
turn
right, all
back.
right.
Not a
So
challenge.
for everybody on here, we're gonna play headbands. So kind of not like how we did yesterday, where it was heads up. We're gonna play headbands. So right now, don't look at your guys' Instagrams. Your guys' words are on the screen right now of what your headband's word is. So basically, 21 questions. Each of you guys are gonna be able to ask a question of what your term is, and then we will respond like saying yes or no. So just give us yes or no questions. All right. So
We
Aaron,
have we have different headbands on.
yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna tell us? Okay, I
And
got
then
you. I got
whoever
you.
can get it first wins. But we'll go back and forth for the questions. Make sense?
Yeah. Let's try it.
All right.
I think.
All right, Aaron. Jaskot, you can go first. Ask your first question.
All right, am I a person?
No. Aaron.
Am I a place?
No.
Am I a thing?
Yes, you could call it a thing. Yeah.
Am I a part of track and field?
They're all track and field terms. So I'll give you another.
Okay,
I'll give
okay,
you a
okay,
different question.
okay,
You can ask
okay,
another
okay.
one. You can ask another one.
Okay, is it something sprinters use?
Yes.
Am I an implement? A field event implement?
No, that was a good question. That was a good question though. You're not though. You're not.
Am I blocks?
No.
Dang, I thought I was like, okay. Ooh, okay.
Am I used by a runner?
Uh, you're not used by a runner, but like I'm kind of cheating. You're not used by runners, but runners. I'm just gonna say no. I'm just gonna say no. No. You're not. No.
Okay.
I feel like
A-
I don't want to give you
a-
too much.
am I on feet?
No.
Am I track lanes?
No.
Am I, do I get past?
Yes.
Do I? Am I at the track and field venue?
Yeah.
I'm a baton, bro.
Yeah, you got it, Aaron. You got
It
it.
is. Come back out, yo.
Am
Corey,
I? Am I a clock?
Are you what?
Am I a clock?
No, you're
Like the,
a race walk.
oh, all
Corey
right.
lost me yesterday, so I had to come back strong.
Not where I was going.
That was good though. That was good. That worked out pretty good. But appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate you, Erin Jaskot. Let me not get confused. Aaron, you're okay. But Erin Jaskot, definitely appreciate you.
Got my Olympic shirt on. Let's
There you go.
go.
Representing, coming on. It was a pleasure. We're gonna have to run it back. You gave some great analysis, bro. Great analysis.
Yeah, thanks for having me out, guys. It was super fun. I love being a track nerd with fellow track nerds. So I've been tuning in, watching, and look forward to the rest of your coverage and really looking forward to the races to come.
There you go. There, Aaron. You have anything else before we get out of here?
Appreciate you, Aaron, for coming on. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm way more excited for this 1500 now. So give me some, and the steeplechase. I got more to think about now, but I'm gonna try and refocus and get back to work. But appreciate you coming on. Thanks everyone for tuning in for today, and we will catch you all tomorrow
All right,
after the 15.
let's get it.